Are you truly satisfied with the direction your life is heading? Do you ever wish you could connect more deeply with people, persuade more effectively, and ultimately rewrite the story of your future? Hello, everyone. For decades, I've observed a simple yet profound truth. The quality of our lives is largely determined by the quality of our interactions with others. Many believe that influence is a complex game, a mysterious gift reserved for a select few. They think changing their future requires drastic measures, maybe even changing who they are fundamentally. But what if I told you that the most powerful tools for influence and personal transformation are already within your grasp? What if the path to a brighter future isn't about manipulation or complex strategies, but about understanding and applying a few timeless fundamental principles of human nature? Principles that cost you nothing, yet can yield everything. Through years of teaching and writing books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie have seen these principles transform countless lives, turning shy individuals into confident leaders, mending broken relationships, and helping people conquer the worry that paralyzes progress. This isn't theory. It's proven practice based on observing what works with real people. In the next few minutes, we're not going to just talk about influence. We're going to unlock the practical steps you can take starting today. We'll explore the crucial mindset shift that lays the foundation. Then, we'll dive deep into seeing their world, the master key to understanding. We'll uncover how to build genuine connection, and finally, how to harness enthusiasm to drive action and truly begin rewriting your future. Are you ready? Let's begin. The single biggest roadblock to influencing anyone? It's something we all do, often without thinking. Criticism, condemnation, and complaining. It puts people on the defensive instantly. Think about it. How do you feel when criticized? Does it make you want to cooperate? Of course not. It breeds resentment and closes minds. Abraham Lincoln learned this the hard way. Early in his career, he publicly ridiculed a political opponent, nearly leading to a duel. He realized then, as he later wrote, "Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. But it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving." The shift? Replace criticism with sincere appreciation. Find something, anything you can honestly commend. Charles Schwab, one of the first American businessmen to earn over $1 million a year, said his greatest asset was his ability to arouse enthusiasm by appreciation and encouragement. This isn't flattery. Flattery is insincere and easily detected. It's about genuinely recognizing the good in others, however small. Making this shift doesn't just change them, it changes you. It forces you to look for the positive, altering your own outlook and making you a far more welcome presence. This simple change removes the primary obstacle to influence and lays the groundwork for a future built on positive interactions, not conflict. Now, stopping criticism is crucial, but simply not criticizing isn't enough. To truly influence and understand, you must take the next, perhaps most vital step. Here lies the absolute bedrock of influence. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Before you speak, before you ask for anything, pause and ask yourself, why should they want to do this? What are their interests, their desires, their problems? I remember a time I needed a large ballroom in a New York hotel for a series of lectures. The initial quote was exorbitant, nearly triple my budget. My first instinct was anger, frustration. But then I paused. I put myself in the manager's shoes. His job was to maximize profit for the hotel. Criticizing his price wouldn't help. Instead, I wrote down the advantages and disadvantages for the hotel if they rented the ballroom to me. Potential free publicity from my educated audience versus losing revenue if they booked weddings or dances. The next day, I met the manager. I didn't talk about what I wanted. I said, "Mr. Manager, I understand your position. If I were you, I'd probably charge a similar rate. Your job is profit. Now let's look at how renting to me benefits your hotel." I presented my list. He was astonished I'd considered his needs. The result? He drastically reduced the price because I demonstrated that I understood and valued his perspective. When you genuinely try to understand the other person's why, you unlock the secret to framing your requests and ideas in terms of their benefit. This isn't manipulation. It's cooperation. It's the difference between pushing against a closed door and finding the key that opens it willingly. Mastering this one principle will fundamentally change how people respond to you, rewriting countless future interactions from potential conflict to collaboration. Understanding their world is powerful, but how do you bridge the gap and make them feel understood and valued? That requires another layer. People crave significance. All have a deep-seated desire to feel important. And one of the simplest yet most profound ways to connect with others and make them feel valued is to become genuinely interested in them. Ask questions about their lives, their hobbies, their successes, and listen, truly listen, to their answers. Remember names. The sweetest sound to any person is their own name. Make an effort. Repeat it during conversation. Associate it with their features. A simple act, yet it signals respect and individuality. Think of Theodore Roosevelt, known for his incredible ability to remember details about everyone from Rough Riders to White House staff. He made people feel seen. You can do this too. Before a meeting, learn something about the person. Ask about their family, their recent trip, a project they're proud of. And talk in terms of the other person's interests. A keen fisherman isn't necessarily interested in your stamp collection, but he'll talk for hours about lures and lakes. Find their passions. When you show genuine interest, people open up. They feel respected, they like you, and people are far more likely to be influenced by those they like and trust. This isn't about faking it. You must cultivate genuine curiosity, but the effort pays dividends beyond measure. When people feel important and interesting in your presence, they associate those positive feelings with you. This builds rapport, trust, and goodwill, the very foundation upon which influence rests and positive future relationships are built. So you've shifted your mindset, you're seeing their perspective, you're building connection, but how do you ignite action and truly start rewriting that future? Influence often requires inspiring action, and nothing is more contagious than enthusiasm. If you aren't excited about your own ideas, why should anyone else be? Act enthusiastic, and you will be enthusiastic. Let your energy, your genuine belief, shine through. It's infectious. But enthusiasm can be easily extinguished by the biggest future killer, worry. Worry about failure. Worry about what others think. Worry about things outside our control. It paralyzes us, preventing the very actions needed to change our circumstances. My research showed that most worries are about things that never actually happen. The key is to live in day-tight compartments. Focus on today's tasks, today's challenges. Deal with problems as they arise, using facts, not fear. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Mentally accept it if necessary. Then calmly dedicate your energy to improving upon that worst-case scenario. This methodical approach drains worry of its power. When you combine genuine enthusiasm for your goals with the ability to manage worry and focus on present action, you become unstoppable. People are drawn to that energy and clarity. They are influenced by your confidence and direction. This combination, passion backed by practicality, is magnetic. It allows you to not only influence others towards a shared vision, but gives you the power to take consistent action, step by step, truly rewriting your future narrative from one of potential worry and stagnation to one of purpose and achievement. So, there you have it. 4 fundamental principles, not complex tricks, but shifts in perspective and behavior, moving from criticism to appreciation, stepping into their shoes to see their world, showing genuine interest to build connection and make them feel important, and fueling it all with enthusiasm while conquering worry through action. These aren't just tactics for winning an argument or closing a deal. They are the keys to building richer relationships, fostering cooperation, reducing friction in your life, and unlocking the influence needed to navigate challenges and actively, consciously rewrite your future. You can connect more deeply. You can persuade more effectively. You can build the life you envision. The power lies not in changing others, but in changing yourself, how you approach every single human interaction. Start small. Pick one principle this week. Practice it sincerely. Observe the results. You might be astonished. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey to a rewritten future begins with applying these simple truths today. If you found value in these ideas, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more timeless wisdom on human relations and personal development. Share it with someone who might benefit. And most importantly, put these principles into practice. Thank you for spending this time with me. Go forth, connect genuinely, and start rewriting your remarkable future.